Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelorette Recap, a guy's review, aka the Belizean bad boy himself, burnt like avocado toast. I am here, all daiquiris and Coke Zeros, hanging out here in the beautiful country of Belize for the short vacation that I have here. And let me tell you something, we've got some content coming your way today. I'm filming this on Thursday evening because Friday, tomorrow for me, today for you, is a flight day. We're flying to a new island, a nice little 10-seater plane. If I don't make it, this video might go viral, and that'll be good too. In which case, all the money should go to my mom. Shout out to you, Connie. Send her flowers, but in the meantime, let's get into this. A great Grippo here. I've got a voicemail asking questions about what the dynamic is with his relationship with Katie going into the final few episodes. There will be a spoiler, the second half of this video, a Reality Steve spoiler. So if you haven't been following the spoilers, just tune out the second half of the video. I'll warn you before that spoiler comes again. And also, hey, follow my Instagram if you want to see some of the shenanigans we got going on. We went on a bike ride today. My beautiful and nice fiance and I went on a bike ride, and she sprained her ankle. So now she's hobbling around town for the second half of our vacation. So hashtag pray for Tasha out there. Get her some love. And shout out to Grace for sending us some daiquiri money. Maybe it was the daiquiri that did. Don't drink a daiquiri before you ride a bike, I guess is the rule there. Anyway, folks, let's get right into this video. Play it for you. I appreciate all the love and support as we've made some content while on vacation. A lot of people say, Dave, why are you making content? You're on vacation. It's like, look, you don't get to file for unemployment for the week you go away on vacation. YouTube doesn't still pay you. So I got to keep on making that cheddar. Cheddar, here we go. So anyway, let's play this voicemail from a friend in upstate New York, and then we'll discuss. Oh, hold on one second, folks. Let's get it over here to this page, and then there we go. Wow, look at that. The graphics, just one-man shop here, and let's play the voicemail.
Hi, Dave. This is Rachel from upstate New York. Just a couple thoughts on tonight's episode. So, in regards to Katie's one-on-one with, or her second one-on-one with Greg, I totally understand why she gave him a second one-on-one. Obviously, he's a major front runner in her mind, but I couldn't help the whole time, and I've been a huge, okay, it's all Katie and Greg this whole time. But this time it just super felt different. Obviously he likes her, but it was almost like she was so crazy about him, and he was like, yeah, you're awesome. And it reminded me of, my first big crush when I was in 9th grade and he was in 12th grade. And, I was so crazy about him and had so many butterflies, and he was like, oh, yeah, you're really pretty. So, he is not on the same level as she is. She is crazy about him. Anyway, I don't trust his feelings. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Also, the joke he told at the end, after, the rose ceremony with, the ending credits, with the olive, I absolutely died. I think that's fucking hilarious. Oh, and I've been drinking, but oh my gosh. I'm telling that to everyone I know. I'll live. Bye.
Bye. All right, so thank you so much. Was it Rachel? Was that her name, Rachel in upstate New York? Yes, thank you so much for that voicemail. And look, valid questions. And of course, this was from Monday night. I'm just getting to it now. I haven't done a live stream this week, so normally I play the voicemails on live streams and things like that. But thank you so much for calling in, and for I like a good drunk dial. I just like it when someone's, what's up with Greg and Rachel? What are they doing? What's going on? He likes her, but she likes him way more. And you know what? You got a point. You got a point. And maybe you talk about your first big crush. This might have been Katie's first big Bachelorette crush. She comes into it. And we all do it, right? Leave a comment if you disagree or agree. Don't we all do that where we wax poetic on somebody? We look at them with doe, bright eyes, and we're like, oh, this is the one, and we start to paint the red flags white, and we do this and that. Well, let's jump right over here. So, and again, this is where this next article will share some Greg spoilers. So now's your chance to tune away if you don't want to listen to the Greg spoilers, or just hit mute and go walk your dog and let the video play with some ad revenue. Either way, we're going to get right into it in 3, 2. All right. So this is listen, Life and Style magazine. Okay, I don't love it, not a big fan, but it's here. This is from yesterday, I believe, or today. What's the date today? Listen, I'm on vacation time. Who knows what the date is? Point is, Bachelor Katie Thurston seemingly shades contestant Greg Grippo after he makes the final 4. So, Katie's been posting, and I like it. It's like new clues. It's like watching National Treasure, the Bachelorette movie, right? Where it's like she posts clues every day. And in hindsight, maybe we'll have to go through her Instagram and like rewatch the season and see. But anyway, Bachelorette star Katie Thurston seemingly shaded Greg Grippo after he made it to her final 4 contestants before hometown dates. Now, I didn't even notice this. On Tuesday, July 20th, the Washington native 30 shared 2 photos from Week 7's episode where she eliminated 3 contestants, leaving Greg Blake Moynes, Michael A., and Justin Glaze as her finalists. Fans were quick to notice Greg was noticeably missing. So this photo was from the group date, right? Because she went on the one-on-one with Greg, and then after she hung out with these good-looking guys. So she posted this photo. The first photo was from her one-on-one date with the New Jersey native, Greg, but it showed her kissing a fish instead of a contestant. As we know, they were throwing fish at each other, no big deal. The second snapshot showed her posing with Blake, Michael, Justin, and Andrew. The song Boys by Lizzo played in the background. Now, the first time Katie has seemingly snubbed Greg, who won her first impression rose, and has been a major front-runner all season. Now, are we reading into things? Why would we do that? We never read into things. Why would we do this? It's The Bachelor. We use critical thinking skills and never read into things. We're reading into something here. In June, she liked, then unliked a meme on Instagram that was a photo of Greg with his head in his hands with the caption, "When the guy next to you is getting interrogated about wanting to be the Bachelor, and you've got to pretend to be disgusted while hiding your acting career aspirations." Multiple outlets have reported that the marketing sales rep attended William Esper Acting School between 2017 and 2019, but he has deleted the evidence from his social media. Listen, he didn't delete that he went to William Esper Acting School. I don't know why we're looking at that like he's some naysayer, or he was at the January 6th riots. You know what I mean? It's like, no, he's not. That's not what it was. That being said, it seemed like things did not end well between Katie and Greg. The contestant's sister, Samantha, commented on the meme slamming the leading lady before she unliked it. Katie Thurston this is from Greg's sister. Katie Thurston likes this post, but was such a supporter of removing the toxicity in Mean Girls when she was on Matt's season, Samantha wrote in a deleted comment. You'd think if these intentions were genuine, she'd have just as much of an issue with this post as well. Really disappointed in this. First of all, I hate it when people say they're disappointed. I'll get comments once in a while. Someone's like, Dave, I'm so disappointed in you. Listen, only my mom and my fiance get to be disappointed in me. Everyone else just bug off. You're not disappointed in me. Why are we holding people to such high? You know what? Shame on you. I'm so disappointed. It's like, what did I miss doing my, homework or fail out on the spelling bee? Like, what are you disappointed in? We're not in 3rd grade. Now, here's the little spoiler that we've been talking about. We've shared this before, but I'm just letting you know the spoiler alert. According to Reality Steve, the pair have a meltdown fight in the remaining weeks. It appears their argument stems from Greg not being able to handle her dating other men. He questions why, if her feelings are so deep for him, does she need to keep seeing the other finalists? Reportedly, the contestant decides to self-eliminate. Look, I mean, it's one of those things. Some people are better at dealing, at putting their blinders on than others. And if this is the case, he just isn't able to, comprehend her seeing other guys, and jealousy gets the best of him, and that comes from an insecurity. And I can't say that I wouldn't be the same way. I can't. When I watch all these seasons, I'm always like, man, I would have quit by now. It's like, you get a guy like Andrew Spencer, right? Tells her he loves her, tells her all these things, bonding with her, and then she's like, and the rose goes to Michael A. And he's like, I got you. I picked you up, and we grabbed the card from the, whatever. So I can totally understand how that could have been the reason why he decided to self-eliminate, if that is what happened. So we've got Katie posting clues, and I don't hate it. Obviously this has been the most interactive season of all time with The Bachelorette, but we're kind of getting on a new sort of generation of The Bachelor, Bachelorette, where we're using the multimedia of social media in a way that's not just like saying, oh, I don't really know what happened. I mean, clues, retweets, memes, oh my, there's all these things going on. So is Greg a bad guy? Well, if he is guilty of being a jealous guy and has to work on some things, that doesn't make him a bad guy. That makes him every guy that's ever existed has had that phase where they're super jealous and it's because of their own sort of insecurity and maybe they haven't got to that level of love where they learn to sort of accept people for who they are and, not bring their own junk into a relationship or whatever it may be. Also, none of us can judge. None of us, you and I, know what it's like to go on the show and have to watch someone you're falling for, you're pulling down your boundaries and opening up your heart, you're unbuttoning your linen shirt here, linen shirt Dave, LSD, you're doing all these things here. None of us really know. I had to move that graphic so you can see. The longer I'm in Belize, the more I'm turning into Connor Brennan, and I don't mind. I play the piano now, you know what I mean? I have a cat suit. It's just the things I do. Anyway, folks, for those asking for a report, yes, we did eat one of the candies. Yes, I will need to take a loan out to pay for the nuts that I took here, but I will refuse to pop these Pringles. There is chocolate, though. Oh, boy, is there chocolate. Anyway, folks, we're heading to a small island tomorrow, and we'll actually be staying at an Airbnb from somebody who actually, this is what's so amazing. We're staying at an Airbnb with someone who donates to our Patreon. So one of our amazing Bachelor fans is a member of our Patreon. She knew we were going to Belize, and she said, hey, I've got an Airbnb, so we're going to take some amazing photos there. When I'm back in town, assuming the flight lands and all that, when I'm back in town, I'll promote the hell out of this place. I'm sure it's going to be a ton of fun. We've been having a blast, of course. We wore better sunscreen today. Yesterday was a mess and all that jazz. But I got a lot of other content coming your way, so hang tight. Check all that out. And if you want to get an idea why I don't like when articles like this talk about, well, he scrubbed all the evidence that he went to acting school, it's like, look, I talk about this with Kelly Johns in our interview from earlier this week, so go check that out. My interview with Kelly Johns. She has a Bachelor parody recap account. Ton of fun. She's an actor. I'm an actor. It's part of the long list of things you got to do to survive out here, acting, stand-up comedy, Bachelor Power Recap, or Belizean Bad Boy. A lot of stuff you got to do to stay relevant out there, okay? I'm not just bumping Harrisons and cashing checks, okay? I'm hitting buttons, I'm pulling levers, I'm drinking Diet Cokes, and I got to keep her happy with a sprained ankle. Your boy's working overtime. So anyway, I love what I do. I love you guys. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you for all the support. And check out that interview if you want to see what it's like to work a job like myself, who is constantly shamed when people go, I worked a tourism job, and I act, like I said, stand up, all that stuff. And in the tourism job, people say, oh, what do you do? Oh, I do stand-up comedy. Oh, that must be tough. No, it's actually great. I actually sleep really well at night knowing I'm pursuing all my dreams, living my authentic life, and really pursuing passions. And I hope that by pursuing all my own passions and creativity that I'm living a life that's worth a lot of, soul, and I can share it with others and inspire people. And then they say, so what's your plan B? And it's like, okay, not talking to you, Cheryl. All right, folks, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye now.